Hey everyone, and welcome back to Decoding AI, a conversation. I'm Chanita from Dr. IT Solutions, and I'm here again with Professor Duncan, our guide for the incredible world of AI. Professor, great to see you.
It's wonderful to be here, Chanita.
I have to say, our last conversation was mind-blowing. You told us about these two huge before and after moments. First, in 2012, with ImageNet, AI learned to see and recognize pictures with superhuman accuracy. And then, in 2016, with AlphaGo, it learned to think creatively, mastering one of the most complex games in the world. It really felt like AI could master any specific, difficult task you gave it.
Those events proved that the combination of deep learning, big data, and powerful GPUs was the real deal.
Exactly. But Professor, mastering a game, even a complex one, feels different from what we humans do all day, every day. Just talking, having a normal back-and-forth conversation, understanding jokes, telling stories. What did it take for AI to learn that?
That is the multi-billion-dollar question, and it required a completely different kind of model. AlphaGo was a genius, but it was a very specialized genius. It could only play Go. To get AI to understand and use human language, researchers needed to build a generalist, a model that wasn't a master of just one thing, but a master of the connections between words and ideas. This led to the creation of what we call large language models, or LLMs.
Okay, large language models. Let's break that down. Large, I'm guessing, is because they are trained on that mountain of data from the internet we talked about in episode 3.
Precisely. They are trained on a massive, almost unimaginable amount of text. Books, articles, websites, conversations, and language is obvious. The model part is the key. It's a complex system that learns the patterns, grammar, context, and relationships within that language.
So how does it actually work? How does it know what word to say next to make a sentence that makes sense?
At its core, and this is simplifying it a bit, an LLM is an incredibly sophisticated prediction engine. Think of the autocomplete on your phone when you're texting. It suggests the next word based on what you've just typed, right?
Right, and it's usually kind of basic.
Exactly. Now, imagine that autocomplete was 1,000 times smarter. Imagine it had read almost the entire internet. It wouldn't just be predicting the next word, it would be predicting the next word based on the context of the last several paragraphs, understanding tone, style, and facts. When you give it a sentence to start with, which we call a prompt, it predicts the most likely next word, then the next, and the next, stringing them together to form coherent sentences and paragraphs. It's essentially having a conversation by making billions of tiny, highly educated guesses per second.
So this technology, these LLMs, were being developed in research labs for a while, but what was the moment it broke out into the real world? Because it feels like just yesterday nobody was talking about this, and then suddenly everyone was.
You are describing the ChatGPT Moment. In late 2022, a company called OpenAI released a tool called ChatGPT. It was a chatbot, a program designed to have conversations with users, but it was powered by one of these incredibly powerful LLMs, and they made it available to the public for free with a simple, easy-to-use chat window.
And it just went viral, didn't it?
It exploded. It reached 100 million users faster than any application in history. The reason was simple. For the first time, anyone, anywhere, could have a direct conversation with one of these powerful AIs. It felt like magic. It wasn't just answering simple questions. It could write poetry, debug computer code, explain complex topics simply, even write a movie script. It was a direct experience of the power we've been talking about.
That's incredible. It really felt like a shift in what was possible. And speaking of incredible possibilities, this series is made possible by our sponsor, Kokae. Kokae is a fantastic mobile app that helps you discover what's possible for your weekend by finding live comedy and music events happening all over South Africa. And while you're planning your next night out, if you're enjoying our conversation, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the Kokae channel. It's the best way to support the show, and make sure you don't miss what's next. So, Professor, AI can see, it can think strategically, and now it can have a conversation. It really feels like we're getting close to the sci-fi movies. But I've been hearing a new term lately, AI agents. It sounds like the next step is getting AI to not just talk about things, but to actually do things in the real world. Is that where this is all heading?
That is precisely where we are heading, Chanita. The next great frontier is moving from conversation to action.
I cannot wait to hear about that. Professor, thank you again for making this all so clear.
It's always a pleasure.
And thanks to all of you for listening. We'll catch you in the next episode of Decoding AI.